On today's episode, what is the best off-roading bull bar available for the MR Triton? In today's episode, we're talking about the best bull bar available for the MR Triton. And as you guys know, out in the market currently, there is a tremendous amount of choice available. You've got your low budget bull bars, you've got your mid-range, you've got your high budget specialized bull bars, and then you've got some weird and wacky things as well. My primary focus of the video today will be looped bull bars. So you've got your two types of bull bar there. You've got your no loops and your loops. Now, no loop bull bars are more of a aesthetic. It's more of a pure off-road weekending kind of a bull bar. You're not so much concerned about protecting your vehicle from an animal strike and more concerned about making your vehicle more capable off-road. For that purpose, I'm not going to talk about no loop bars. It's all about loop bars because we want to talk about bull bars that do the full job: vehicle protection from animal strikes, increase off-road performance, and just making your vehicle look all round better. If you've been looking at bull bars for the MR Triton in the last few months, you're going to identify that there's four main contenders, four of the most popular bull bars on the market currently. Those being the ARB Summit bar, the TJM Outback bar, the PIAC 3-loop bar, and the Ironman Commercial Deluxe bar. Each of these bull bars has a strength, weakness, rumors all about them, differences in price, weight, that sort of stuff. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down some of those unique characteristics of each bull bar. And in the end, I'm going to have a final recommendation of the bull bar that you should buy to make your vehicle more capable off-road, make it look better, and get the best value for money. So let's start by talking about a bull bar that I've previously recommended to you and one of the most heavily bought and fitted bull bars on the market currently, the PIAC 3-loop bull bar. PIAC 3-loop bull bar is one of, I think, the best looking bull bars on the market currently. It's got an aggressive look, it's got a sleek look. Those posts up the top, the way that they shape around the headlight looks fantastic. And a lot of the other bull bars on the market, and I'm not saying PIAC was the first one to do it, but Ironman, for example, have also gone with that swept look, and it sort of molds around the MR Triton's unique headlight look, which I think is a big win for the aesthetics for these bull bars. PIAC loop bar retails for around $2,200, which isn't a cheap bull bar, but it's not an expensive bull bar either. This isn't a fitted price, this is the individual item. So if you go to a shop, you buy the bull bar and you're going to fit it yourself on a weekend, you're looking at around $2,200. The bull bar itself is made overseas. I believe the PIAC bars are made in Thailand. Now, with that comes sometimes a lesser quality product. That's not to say that the PIAC is a poor quality product. I know people that have them, they love them, they look great, they perform off-road, and they tick that crucial box in what we're doing here, which is increasing off-road performance. As you would have seen in my Making Your MR Triton More Capable Off-Road video, it was my recommendation to go with the PIAC 3-loop bar. That being because it's a good value for money bar and it would increase your vehicle's off-road performance compared to what you would have if you had no bull bar and you went with that fat chin that we all know and don't love. Individual weaknesses of the PIAC 3-loop bar. The PIAC 3-loop bar is known for having problems with the indicators. Anybody who's owned a PIAC 3-loop bar is going to know that during the day, those indicators are near impossible to see. Many people have gone to the extent to actually buy aftermarket indicators and install them on the bull bar to resolve this issue. Given that it's a relatively easy to overcome problem, I wouldn't say that this is a discouraging factor that would prevent me from buying this bull bar. In terms of individual features, the PIAC bull bar has two antenna mounting points, it's winch compatible, and it's spotlight compatible as well. So that's a common theme that you'll identify among all four of these bull bars that we're discussing today. Now, what are the pros of the PIAC 3-loop bar? You got decent entry angle. I think it looks pretty good, and it's a full replacement for the front bumper, which is relatively important when you're considering installing this bull bar for yourself. It's quite an involved process when it comes to cutting the front bumper, marking it right, and if you mess it up, it's something that can make the final product look pretty poor. Another point to consider is fog lights. Apparently they build up condensation inside of them as well. That's something that you don't really want. If you're going to build up condensation in them as well, are they going to fill up with water when you do some kind of water crossing? You wouldn't expect to see that in a better quality bull bar. something that is manufactured in Australia, and potentially more care has been taken to prevent such an issue from occurring. Now let's talk about the next contender on the list, the Ironman Commercial Deluxe Bullbar. One of the best looking bull bars on the market, and I believe, from what I understand, it's one of the most popular, if not the most popular bull bar currently being sold for MR Tritons. It's a good value proposition, it looks fantastic, and it's reasonably priced as well at around $2,200 to $2,400 for the bar itself, excluding installation. Now, Ironman bull bars, Ironman products, designed and owned in Australia, but they are manufactured overseas. Now, in line with the long-range fuel tank produced by Ironman, I can't find out what country that bull bar is being manufactured in. However, I imagine it's being manufactured somewhere in Southeast Asia, like Thailand. So let's talk about individual features that this bull bar has. So as with the P8, we've got the 2 antenna mounting points. It's winch compatible and obviously spotlight compatible, the common theme among our off-roading bull bars. These are key features for any overlanding build. You want to be able to see better at night. You want to be able to self-recover if you're going out by yourself, because obviously those winches are an insurance policy, and you've got your 2 antenna mounting points, maybe one for a sand flag, maybe one for a radio. Now, one thing that you would have seen around the place is occasionally people get their bull bars color matched, and one of the most commonly seen bull bars that I've seen color matched is the Ironman bull bar. I think it looks fantastic when it is color matched. It looks great, it ties in with the rest of the vehicle quite well. However, from what I understand, the paint comes off the bull bar quite easily when you're off-roading quite seriously and actually using the bull bar for what it's made for. So if you're gonna get it done, I wouldn't expect it to last a very long time if you're doing serious off-roading. If, however, you're more of a caravan puller, you're more of a highway driver, and you just want that extra protection should something happen, I wouldn't be too concerned about the color match paint coming off, because obviously it's not gonna have as much chance of being scratched. That said, if you hit a roo with your bull bar, don't think you're just gonna shrug it off. Any bull bar is gonna sustain damage from a roo strike. It's just the way it works. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. That being the Ironman bull bar overheating issue. Does it exist? Is it just a rumor? Everybody that I've asked that owns an Ironman commercial bull bar has told me that they haven't experienced any issues with overheating, which led me to wonder whether they actually had caused any overheating, whether there had been an issue. And I did more research, and I think I found the answer that we're all looking for. The fact that Ironman took it upon themselves to do further R&D and modify the design of the commercial bull bar would suggest that there was a greater requirement for airflow than was originally anticipated. So if you look at the older Ironman bull bars, the front grille is significantly more enclosed. The newer ones are more open, allowing greater airflow into the engine bay and preventing vehicles from overheating. I would suggest that if you've got an Ironman commercial bull bar, one of the older versions, and it's a little bit more closed up, I don't think that you would experience heating issues or overheating issues in your day-to-day commuting, in your average sort of everyday off-roading. But obviously if you're towing a 3-ton caravan up a hill and you're revving the guts out of the car, you're going to get less airflow in, and I think that's where it really does count. That's where it matters. But that said, it's all been addressed. If you're looking to buy a bull bar, which is what this video is aimed at, you're looking at buying a bull bar for your MR Triton, all new bull bars from Ironman have greater airflow into the engine bay. Now, another thing that I've heard about is a few little minor factory defects, and they're not huge. Things like the aerial mounting points, the wells sort of being on a little bit of an angle, not quite as refined as you would expect from an in excess of $2,000 bull bar. But again, it's not necessarily a functionality issue. It wouldn't necessarily affect the bull bar's ability to protect your vehicle while off-roading. And this is the primary concern that I have with the Ironman bull bar. And I'm not sure whether it's necessarily a problem with the more recent and redesigned Ironman bull bars, but with previous bull bars, there have been reports of the bull bar rubbing on the front fenders, either side of where the bull bar sits. The Ironman bull bar is a cut bumper bull bar, meaning that a partial amount of that bumper is required to remain on the vehicle. You cut most of it off, you fit the bull bar, and you've got some of that bumper left. With all bull bars, there's going to be a little bit of vibration and a little bit of movement when you go over corrugations on those dirt roads and over time. Doesn't matter how well you fix and fasten the bull bars, they're designed to move around a little bit. Now, the bull bar has been found to rub on those front fenders, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure what Ironman's currently doing to address this issue. I'm not sure whether it's already been addressed. This is definitely a discouraging factor if you were considering buying the Ironman bull bar. That said, maybe it's a defect with a particular bull bar that someone's bought, Maybe it's something to do with the installation, I'm not too sure, but this is definitely something to be aware of if you're considering this bull bar. Now moving on to our next contender and the most expensive for the individual part itself, the TJM Outback Bull Bar. So the TJM Outback Bull Bar retails for a price of $2,450 for the individual item. As with the other bull bars, you've got 2 antenna mounting points, it's spotlight compatible and it's winch compatible. Now, what I actually found out was the weight of this bull bar, 86 kilograms, which isn't too heavy, but it's enough to make the front of your vehicle lose a few mil of clearance when you install it. That said, with our off-roading builds, we're all gonna end up installing aftermarket suspension, whether you're lifting your vehicle because you want greater clearance, or whether you're just replacing the factory suspension with something that's aftermarket that can better handle those off-roading conditions such as corrugations, dirt roads, and you want something a little bit more durable than what comes with the vehicle from the shop. Now, TJM Bull Bar has a number of pros. It's got excellent airflow. As you'll see, the front of the bull bar is wide open, allowing ample air to enter the engine bay, therefore cooling the vehicle. It's also got rated recovery points that come with it, rated at 8,000 kilos, which is more than enough to have your vehicle snatched out or winched off. Now, I see this as a con for all bull bars that are cut bumper bull bars. This is another cut bumper bull bar. Now, I myself install the bull bar myself, need to cut the bumper. It looks better, I think, having a little bit of bumper left, but it's quite a labor-intensive process. And obviously at $2,450, if you're then paying money to have the bull bar installed, you're gonna look at more around the $3,000 mark. So if you're not confident in your ability to cut that bumper in a clean way, it's always advisable to get somebody to do it for you. However, if you're looking at around $3,000, it's quite an expensive process to have one of these installed. And so that's another con, high cost. These aren't cheap parts. They're owned by an Australian company, they're made in Australia, and they're designed in Australia, which means increased cost. It costs more to manufacture things here. That said, it's built to a higher standard, which we'll find out with our next contender as well. And the final contender on this list is the ARB Summit Bar. This is the second most expensive bar at $2,341 as quoted by the ARB website. What is with these weirdly specific prices? So this bull bar, like the other ones, 2 aerial mounting points, spotlight compatible and winch compatible. Like the TJM bull bar, this bull bar also has excellent airflow into the engine bay, which mitigates any risk of overheating issues. It also comes with high lift jack points. I personally don't use a high lift jack because I don't have big tires and a big lift. I'm sure most of us who have an MR Triton would get away with using your average bottle jack to change a tire, but it depends what you're using the high lift jack for. Maybe you're using it more of a recovery situation, in which case it's more relevant to have those jack points. This bull bar itself though doesn't come with rated recovery points. You're looking at around $3,600 to have this bull bar installed by ARB, including the recovery points, which is quite a lot of money. That said, it being built, owned and designed by an Australian company gives you the peace of mind that it is a stronger, more durable product and a more long-term investment. Let's just say that you're the average guy and you want to replace your car in 5 years. You buy your Triton, you own it for 5 years, you do a couple mods while you own it, and then you flog it off. Is it of value to spend $3,600 having a bull bar installed with rated recovery points, or is it better to get one of the more affordable options? That's a decision that you as an individual have to make. So when we're considering what bull bar we should buy, it's quite a controversial topic, and I understand why people don't really know what decision to go with, and I also understand why this video has taken me a month or more to make, because it's something that's quite difficult to recommend a bull bar when there's so many options out there that also have very similar features that are more expensive or less expensive, have pros and cons about them, have rumors about them like overheating or poor build quality or indicators that don't work. All of these bull bars deliver such similar things. You've got your aerial mounting points, you've got your winch compatibility, you've got the ability to have rated recovery points, you've got spotlight compatibility as well. They all make your vehicle more capable off-road, which is what we want them to do. They also all look fantastic in their own ways. Maybe you're installing the bull bar yourself, you want a simple installation, and so you go with the PAC because it's a straight up replacement for that front bumper. Maybe you've got a bit more money and you want a product that you know has been designed in Australia to support local jobs, and therefore you choose TJM or you choose ARB. Maybe you love the aesthetic of the Ironman bull bar. All your mates have them and they perform quite well. It's entirely up to you. In my MR Triton Off-Road Weaknesses video, as discussed, I recommended the P8 3-loop bull bar. And I don't necessarily regret recommending that bull bar because it's a great looking product. But my mind has also been changed through doing further research. In making this video, I have found that I actually have a preference for the ARB Summit Bar, which seems obvious that someone would recommend the most popular forward driving company in the country's product. But in researching the ARB Summit Bar, I've been unable to identify any problem so far with the product. No rumors of overheating, no rumors of poor indicator quality, no rumors of condensation in the fog lights. The only con for me is really that I'd have to cut the bumper to install it, which I'm pretty confident in my ability to do. So in conclusion, if you want a capable bull bar that makes your vehicle more capable off-road, you could buy any of these four. But I personally recommend buying the ARB Summit Bar. And I personally wouldn't get it color matched. I would just get it in the powder-coated black color that it sort of comes in. But we're not done yet. There's also a few other bull bars that we didn't go into detail in this video that I want to mention as well. You've got your MCC series bull bars. So you've got your Falcons and you've got your Phoenixes, which are quite affordable. You've got your Falcon for around $13.50, which is a very affordable bull bar. If you just want to do a budget build and you want to protect your vehicle in it for a period of time, the MCC Falcon will do the job. It's not the best looking bull bar, although it's not ugly. I think it has a lot of similar characteristics to the ARB Summit Bar, but just a cheaper version that's designed and made overseas. You wouldn't expect top quality build quality with this. Rumor has it that some of these MCC bars have blemishes underneath the paint that will likely come off, and in a couple of years time you're going to look at finding some corrosion on that product as well. Not corrosion that's going to make it fall to pieces anytime soon, but it's a lesser quality product and you get what you pay for. You've also got your more niche, higher spec, fancy kind of bull bar. So you've got your ARB Smart Bar, which for a bull bar only weighs about 41 kilograms, but it's extremely expensive. It's more of a plastic design. And I wouldn't necessarily refer to this as being a off-road bull bar because it doesn't have any recovery points on it. It's a sort of bull bar that you would buy if you want to increase your off-road performance to a degree, but also tow a caravan, ensure your vehicle's safety, but at a price of $2,700 for the individual part and $3,800 to have it installed. That's a bit of a niche product. You'd really want that bull bar to buy it because it's not your typical off-roading bull bar. Therefore, I wouldn't recommend it just because it's big, fancy, expensive, and lightweight. And then you've got the bull bar for suckers. You've got your Mitsubishi Genuine bull bar that retails at a price of $4,194 for something that looks like crap and probably isn't that great of a product. So there you go. ARB Summit Bar is my recommendation at this point in time for the best bull bar to buy for your MR Triton. So as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments or feedback in the comment section below. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.